As a software engineer, as a hired developer plus as a sole entrepreneur, I choose Rust over Go. Why? It's a more modern language, it feels safer, faster, it has a comparable performance with such languages as C, C++, or Zig, but it's a safe language generally itself. For example, in Go, if you don't check by nil, the same problem actually we have in C, C++, and I assume in Zig. It's your problem, like your application will compile and later you'll have some runtime errors. In Rust, such things are inconceivable. Like if you have such problems, your compiler most probably will code analyzer will catch it and won't let you just to continue. But even if you try to compile, it won't compile. It will highlight all of your problems, all of your errors. There are two categories of them: warnings, like not critical, so you can continue, you can compile, but it's not recommended generally. And critical, like errors, which when you have it, you can't even compile your application. So like with Rust, you may expect many less runtime errors, all of such problems, and so on. Also, when you use multi-threading, generally work with multi-threading code, it's also much safer, faster compared to Go. This language itself is more powerful, has many more features, like a lot of syntax sugar, like iterators, error propagation, my favorite one. You don't need to check it each time. It doesn't piss me off in Go, like if error not equal like nil, we do something like. But in Rust it just feels much better. You can simply like use that question mark operator like dot question mark, and that's it. Like for most cases it's enough. Also, Rust debugger feels better generally. It highlights better. Usually it finds all of your real issues and so on. With Go it may be much more ambiguous generally. The learning curve is much steeper in Rust. And as to me, the biggest problem is not famous or notorious, up to you how to say, borrow checker, but like it's creates systems, generally creates workspaces, how to organize it correctly. It's always been the biggest pain in this for me. I needed a lot of time to adapt to it, but I don't regret. So again, from my perspective, if you're like a hired developer, Rust is also better. Why? Because the pool of software developers which master Rust is much smaller than like Go one. So like a business must count with you. They are compelled to pay you more money. They value you much more. It's harder for them to replace you. And generally, like if you work with Rust, you're supposed to know much more than in Go, to like know all of such tricks and so on. And usually business doesn't want to risk, and they use Rust only if they're kind of compelled to do that. They have no other choice. As for an entrepreneur, if you're a sole entrepreneur or cooperate with your friends, like I will also prefer Rust. Why? I've just told you. I think it's clear. But for business, for big business, for big wigs, Rust may feel much less safer because it's harder to hire a developer who masters Rust generally. It's harder to replace them. They don't like it, so they must count with them. So yes, for business, Go feels much safer, I assume. Business has started trusting Go at some point of time, so there are a lot of new startups are written in Go, sometimes even big systems. So yes, for software developers, I think Rust is more preferable than Go. I've just voiced why. if you're a solo, or have a small group of your friends, like entrepreneur, also Rust is more preferable generally. And for business, for big weeks, yes, Go feels just much safer. But it doesn't mean that Go is inherently wrong. It's a great language. I used to have great time with it. Like I'm still totally okay to use it. Just right now, if I can choose, I would prefer Go Rusting over Go. Still, Go is a great language. It's the simplest language ever. Simplest language I know, and generally it's pretty fast. And multi-threading is really easy there. So yes.